If you're new to EverQuest, maybe you've never played it or you've just played a little bit on live servers, and you're just coming back because you've heard a little bit about the new time lock progression server known as Agnar, then this video is for you. Also, if you have played before on time lock progression servers and you do know how to play on these servers, and you are watching this video, please leave some comments on how people could start a little better or things that they may want to look at. First of all, this guide has to do with the Druid, Wood Elf Druid, because this is, in my opinion, the best starting place you can get. And you can see on the map there where you start. This is your guild master right here. Now the big difference between starting on a time lock progression server known as a TLP and the live server is number one, there is no Mines of the Glooming Deep. Okay? So after you've given him your quest t-shirt, the note, and gotten your quest t-shirt, get comfortable with it, because that's all you're going to get. There's going to be no Glooming Deep armor, none of that stuff at all. No mercs, none of that. This is how it was in the old days. Well, almost how it was in the old days. But it's the closest you're going to get to what we had back then in 1999. Anyway, so what you want to do is you want to get this started first. This is where you're going to start. You're going to see a lot of people in here. Give him the note, get the shirt, and then you got to go out and do some killing. And you're going to have to do it basically naked. And I would say that the first thing you want to do is try to level up in this game. That's going to be the big priority right there. Don't spend time fooling around with quests and all that, because on these time lock servers, the quests are designed to not give a lot of experience. So first thing is take a nice dive off and kill yourself. Because you know why? This is the quickest way to get to the newbie area. If you go the other way, you're going to have to wander all around, and if you're not familiar with Greater Feydark, which not a lot of people are unless you played back in those days, and even if you are, you probably still aren't. You want to get down to the fastest way, and there's no experience penalty for dying. And look how fast it reloads. Now in the old days, it used to reload the whole darn zone when you did that, and then that could take you a couple minutes. And with slow computers, it took even longer. So it was debatable whether you should do that. But with the new computers you have today and big fancy graphics card, just jump off like that. First target is going to be this Decayed Skeleton. They have the least amount of hit points. They have roughly about 35 hit points, I believe. I could look it up again. And stay away from this guy. Don't mess with poison-based things. They will kill you. Orc Pawn is nice because sometimes he'll drop cloth armor, but just go for these guys. Because why? They drop bone chips, and later on you'll be able to sell those bone chips to necromancers. Every penny counts in this game. So go ahead and you should be able to beat him up, just carefully. Just take your time. If you have to, heal yourself once. And make sure you have your skin like wood up, which I don't have. And that's a no-no, but I would cast that first. And as you can see here, I made a mistake. When you do make a mistake, haul ass back to the guards. Don't even think twice about it. Set yourself a point where you got 2 on you, haul ass. And you see there, Decayed Skeleton, Orc Centurion, do not mess with those guys. Let the guard one hit him right there. And after that, rest up. But get this on you because everything counts at this point. Now, in my opinion, the Druid is the best character to start with. Reason why? Later on in the game, this character will make lots and lots of money. You're never going to have a problem making money. Why? Because there's no plane of knowledge out there. None of it. And the thing is nobody's going to have J-boots. Nobody's going to cast Sow. The only person that's going to cast Spirit of Wolf on you is the Druid or the Shaman. That's it. And the Shamans start on the other side of the world, which is Everfrost. And you start on a totally different continent. So you're going to be the only one casting Spirit of Wolf, and you can charge 1 platinum later on, even early in the game, if you get up there fast enough. And when you get to a level where you can do portals, level 29 I believe it is, you can charge 1 platinum each. In the past, when I started, I knew a guy that was just doing portals. He's making 50, 60 platinum a day by casually doing this. He wasn't even trying. And that's pretty good money, because you make that kind of money and you could buy whatever you want. And 50, 60 platinum is, in the classic game, that's big, serious money. And especially in a couple days if you make that. So keep that in mind there. And while you're killing these guys, stay out of their way right there. Now you see I got a nice dagger. That thing, you can sell it. You can sell it to a merchant, or you can sell it to another player if they want it. So There you go. You've got these. Stay away from him. Oh, yep, there we go. Get him. He's still yellow. You can take it. But look for a white one, like the one we just killed. Now, this is on a test server, so the experience is higher than what you're going to have out there. You will probably need somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 12 kills, depending on what you're killing, whites or yellows, at level 1. Work really hard to get those. You may be able to get in a group, if possible. There's going to be a lot of people out there. Groups are going to be starting everywhere and anywhere. If you can get into a group, that's really going to help your situation a lot, because they're going to be much more efficient. They're just going to be able to mow these things down right and left. If that happens, you want to be able to heal people, so get your healing skill up. Also, you want to be able to cast Skin Like Wood on people. And also, which is really important and sometimes neglected in this kind of grouping environment, is your defense skill. You really need to get defense up there, because that is the one thing that's going to save your butt out there, because you don't have any armor at all. Okay, and you see this guy here? He's a dead man. When you see this, jump on it. Do not hesitate. When I played in Classic and there was a new server, if a guy like that, a Decayed Skeleton, was walking around with any kind of weapon, especially a crack staff, which sells for 1 platinum, believe me, 5 people would be on his ass like that. And they'd be nuking him and everything, and they don't care. People will kill steal, and I'm talking about the first day. They're going to kill steal this guy like he's some named mob, but they will be on him like before you can imagine. People, 5, 6 people will be firing at him right there. Get up on him first, get some damage, and maybe you'll be the one to win. And look at that. That rusty scimitar, that's going to sell for some money. So what you want to try to do is don't go back up until you pass level 1 or level 2. Just try to stay down here as long as you can, because what happens at this point in the game is there's not going to be that many mobs to kill down here, and people are just going to be coming down, and there's just going to be a horde of people just coming over and over and over. Try to stay down here as long as you can, fight as long as you can before going up. Around level 3, you want to go up when you have a little money. Look at how much money you have here, see what you can sell, because you want to go up and be able to buy spells. That's the only reason why you want to go up. Do not spend the money on armor or anything. Look at these 2 items right there. There's a scimitar. You could use it, but just stay with your newbie club. Sell the other thing for the money. Okay, so when we come back, we'll be at the next level, and we'll talk about what to do next. Okay, so I just made level 2, and I decided, you know what, we got a kill or 2 into level 2. Let's go up and buy some spells. So the first spells you want to get are Snare. You really, really want to get this. In a group environment, you need this spell. It's one of the most important things at this level. Because later on, you're going to be fighting monsters that run away from you. You want to get Burst of Flame, if you can afford it. And yes, there we go, get that. So these 2, watch your money right here. Make sure you have enough. You're going to have to really decide on what to get. If you know ahead of time what you're going to get and what kind of money you have to make. Now remember, I made some of the money by selling those weapons, so I got a little bit lucky. You may not have that. You may have a lot less money. But I'll tell you one little trick that I used to do. When I start out, there's people down there that will stay down there to like level 4. And they can't carry everything because they don't have a backpack. So you're going to see a lot of little baggies and trash on the ground. Pick up the ones that sell for money. Pick up bone chips for sure. Pick those up. If you see any weapons or stuff, pick those up. Figure out what you can sell. Burst of Fire, take that. That's a level 3 spell. You will get it ahead of time so you don't have to come back. Invoke Lightning is good for a group environment. You can get that if you can afford it, but it's a level 4 spell. And also another good one is Camouflage. That is an invisibility. Very, very critical spell to get. So these are the ones you want to really focus on. I wouldn't worry about Ward Summoned, Whirling Wind, Grasping Roots, Flame Lick. It's okay, you need a Fire Beetle Eye, but don't worry about Endure Fire. Do not waste your money on that. Just get these spells, and this should carry you. You'll be good enough in a group, and you'll also be good enough if you want to solo. So after you get those, it's time to head out, and you know what we're supposed to do when we head out, right? Take a right turn, and oh, nope. No, we're not. Yes, we are. And ow, that didn't hurt so much. I fall into my death and respawn. It's called taking an express elevator. Okay, you guys, see we didn't lose any experience and we're back in the game. Okay, now we're level 3, and one thing I want to point out is there are some mobs here, like Orcs and Tyrann, that don't look like they're much of a challenge. They're just yelling. You think, he's not so bad. But I'm here to tell you, looks can be deceiving. And the thing is, you may think that, he's yellow and I beat yellows before, but there's something special about this guy. He has almost 100 hit points. You won't know that until you start fighting him. And you're going to watch me try to zap him with this. It ain't going to work. 100 hit points on this guy, and you'd only know this if you played this game a little while, or if you looked it up. There's a database and there's a place online, maybe I'll show that, where you can look up how many hit points they have. And not only that, he can hit you, and look, I'm just scratching him. That's it. Only way you're going to get him down is to nuke him like this. And it ain't happening, not at this level. If you're in a group, okay, you got a chance, but it is inefficient to fight this guy, because you're going to blow all your mana just to kill him. And it ain't worth it. Look at that. Oh, gosh. And when you start seeing yourself get low like this and you're out of mana, in fact, you should run before that, because the downtime you will experience after you are down this much in health and mana is going to set you back 5 to 10 minutes, because the meditation speed in the classic game is a lot slower. What you're going to see here in this game when we play on live is when you're in resting mode and that gray timer you see on the bottom expires, you have enhanced regeneration speed. This doesn't happen in the classic era, not at all. It's way, way, way slow. So you don't want to get down like this. You want to keep yourself up and efficiently leveling. So you can see here my skills. Try to get those up while you're at it. So now that you've hit level 5 by just staying in this area, what you want to do is get these spells. Go up to the spell vendor, sell all your trash or anything you picked up on the floor by dumpster diving. Pick it up, go up there, buy Camouflage, Harmony. You can buy Grasping Roots now so you can root and park, and Shield of Thistles. These are very, very, very helpful. Shield of Thistles you can cast in a group on the melee classes. Grasping Roots is nice. You can root park people with that. And the Camouflage, of course, we talked about that. But the best spell by a mile is Harmony. Can you believe it? This crazy spell is only level 5. It's an area of effect spell that what it does is it will go ahead and lull them, meaning it'll pacify them. So in a group, you can Harmony like 3 mobs all together in one shot. And then you can go ahead and you can pull one of the 3 out of there. That's the way to do it. Even enchanters, we don't have an area of effect lull spell like this until much, much later in game. But you get it at level 5. Groups are going to need people that can do this. And I would take somebody with Harmony over whatever lull that the clerics get or anything like that. It's a way, way good spell. Up to level 40. Believe me. Just buy it and then think about it later. Okay? You may run into things like Crushbone Belt or whatever. Save those up. But I would like you to know that quests are not really, really worth it. So after you do this, you want to start heading north. Or try to get a little group and go to the front of Crushburn. This is where you kind of want to go. The monsters are going to be a little harder, but this is an area where if you can get a group, you're good.